So when stuff starts to come out of you, when you have a surge of energy and thoughts and you start writing or you start thinking and these things come very, very quickly, embrace that. Get out as much information and thoughts as you possibly can as quickly as possible. I've said for a while now that I like to think not from here, but here. When I say a lot of things, I don't think about what I'm saying a lot of times because I speak from the heart and it comes out quickly. I say what I feel. Now, saying that, I will say that at times it is better to think about what you're saying, like at work or with certain relationships or just certain situations in general. But what I wanted to share with you today is a rant that I wrote down, and it all came very, very fast. And you know, amongst all the positivity that I try and indulge myself in and that I try to represent and share with other people and try to participate in, there's a strong sense of fuck you to a lot of ideas and principles and people and power, and a lot of things that I think are just fucked up and I think are very unacceptable. And we live in Canada, or I do, sorry, and I live in Canada where it's a very, how should I say, we don't want to be harsh to other people in this area. Don't say this to these people. Don't say that. Don't act like this. You don't want to be harsh towards other people. And even with my business and sharing ideas with other people, I have to be very aware of how I'm saying certain things. Like, I would strongly suggest this. I recommend this. This has worked for me. Maybe consider not drinking dairy for these reasons, when sometimes I feel like just being like, don't drink dairy, it's fucking bad for you. These are all the reasons why. Hit people upside the head that are doing things that not only that I feel are bad for you, they're fucking bad for you. They're bad for you. There's just no question about if they're bad for you or they're not. They're bad for you. So all this sugar coating and pussyfooting around the bush sometimes I feel is silly. But at the same time, I recognize its validity and necessity to reach and connect with other people. So I'm kind of in this kind of one side of the fence, other side of the fence bullshit sometimes with my information and my feelings. So either way, here's a little rant that I wrote down. Check it out. At the heart of the matter, the fact is almost everything we are told is a lie. Psychedelics are illegal not because of health reasons, because if so, cigarettes and alcohol would be banned as well. They are banned because they dissolve cultural norms. They invite people into new perspectives, open up a world of spirituality they may never knew existed, and can, in 15 minutes, teach more about the mind, psychology, the mechanics of the world, and life in general than 15 years of university study. And I quote that from someone who had studied psychology for 15 years and who did mushrooms. And that was his quote. It can also show you a reality of new self-empowerment and love for yourself, others, and the planet. The people in charge definitely do not want that. They do not want a bunch of people doing psychedelics and opening up their mind and figuring out that this is bullshit and truth is over here and we just need to start walking towards it. Definitely don't want that. War is being waged not against terrorists, but because the lust for profit has countries invading other countries for natural resources, which is retarded in the first place because seeing how solar, wind, and hemp energy sources could replace the need for oil without chemical/toxic burden on the planet, which moves me to the next point, marijuana. We were told marijuana will kill you. It'll make you a crazy psychopath killer. When now we understand that the opposite is true. It is used for hundreds of different things, and let's just talk to the people who have given testimonials of how marijuana has been alleviating their severe chronic pain and has helped them live functional in a society which is fast-paced, such as Montel Williams, who suffers from MS, and he is one of the big advocates of using medical marijuana. We are told that the sun is bad for you and to wear sunscreen. Now, yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Do I condone wearing sunscreen all the time? Definitely not. I've seen lots of studies that show sunscreen can cause cancer. If you're out one day kayaking with your best bud, Craig Vamos, you know, rock some sunscreen, no big deal. But for the big majority of the time, you know, I don't think that's true at all. We are told that pesticides are safe to eat. We are told to drink more milk, which is pasteurized, riddled with growth hormones and antibiotics, and come from cows who have been slaughtered, tortured, and just treated really, really bad and have a really low vibrational frequency. They're brutalized and have, they're whipped, tortured, chained, and brutalized is what I have written down. You guys, most people know that how the cows are treated. And these people have the audacity to show a happy cow face on the TV commercials. Fuck you. We are told by our leaders whatever they think they can tell us to settle our nerves, then do the exact opposite. Fuck you. Herbal Essences tells us natural botanicals are found in their shampoo. Lie. McDonald's tries to trick us into believing their burgers are 100% beef, when in actuality, the company is called 100% beef. Stop lying to us. We are told that tans, fake hair, and nails, having G's and fancy cars make you important and beautiful. What a fucking lie. We are told to dress, act, and be a puppet molded by media, news, music, and television. Fuck you, bunch of lies. We are told that Gatorade is the ideal sports drink, but they hide the fact that flame retardants and toxic dyes are present in their drinks. Stop fucking lying to us. How about that one? Not too hard. We are told to eat more vegetable oil, canola oil, and margarine. This one really gets me, okay? The Heart and Stroke Foundation places a big heart-healthy stamp on margarine. Fuck you, Heart and Stroke Foundation, alright? Everything that you say now is totally irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. You are placing a stamp of certification. You're the Heart and Stroke fucking Foundation. And you're putting a heart-healthy certification symbol on a product that causes heart disease. One of the leading causes of death in the Western world. Fuck you. Fuck you again. Thank you. Fuck you, Heart and Stroke Foundation. Everything you say is invalid after you do something like that. Lying to millions of people over and over and over again. Okay? I'm done with you. We are told to take this pill and everything will be better, when in fact the leading cause of death in America as of right now, just read this, as of 2013, is misdiagnosis and incorrect surgeries that went wrong and side effects from medication. When you go to the hospital, you should be walking out feeling like 1,000,000 trucks, each with $1 billion in them. That's like 10 trillion bucks. You should be feeling great. You shouldn't die going to the hospital. #1 cause of death in America right now is from that. Something to digest. Chemtrails. We're told that chemtrails in California, I don't know if you guys have seen this, or BC, I think California as well, these planes are coming over these fields and just dropping tons of chemical gases over largely populated areas and agriculture areas. I don't give a shit what your excuse for dropping all these chemicals on. There's no way that can be beneficial in the long run for the majority of people. Just doesn't make any sense. More lies, more deceit. Fuck you. I'll get to my positive rant now. Amongst all this bullshit, I watched a documentary recently that really sparked my faith in the restoration of humanity. And it is called Clean Tech. 100 of the top entrepreneurs of the past 30 years, including Bill Gates, are investing in clean tech. These guys are dope. I want to call these guys back. I want to come work for you for free. Watch the documentary, Clean Tech. It's amazing. It totally restored my faith in humanity. Amazing documentary. They have companies inventing solar bags where you put water in these bags and it cleans the water. There's like hundreds of them, thousands of them in Africa now. There is one company that created this machine that uses carbon to dye materials, cloth materials. Right now, the main way of doing it is water, and that pollutes like an astronomical amount of water. It's just horrible for the environment. So they created this machine, took them 5 years to make it, but they're doing it. It creates like a little bit of waste when you dye an astronomical amount of material. Clean tech, clean tech. The documentary talks about how in the next 20 years in China they're going hard with this, that majority of the public transportation will be all solar powered, and it takes 14 minutes to totally charge a bus. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Okay, so amongst all that bullshit, there is positivity, and from that documentary I learned that there's like a million things going on in the world. There's so many things available to us, and there's so many things going on that if you ever get in a rut, that's your own complete fault. There's so many things to get involved in. Go apply for a new job. I don't keep jobs for longer than 2 years, and they say that true entrepreneurs carry that characteristic. They don't work for someone for too long. One, you can't learn at a place if you're there for longer than 2 years, in most places. Two, I've never found someone that I wanted to work for more than a couple of weeks, to be honest. And three, that's just me personally. So that's just my personal experience. But like I said, amongst all this chaos and this stuff that me personally, that I look at and that I'm like, this is all fucked up. There is positivity. There's a lot of good things going on, and it's better to surround yourself in that than dwelling on the negative things. But it is good to be aware of these things. And like I said, if something feels good, just to get it out of you. It's good for neurotic holding patterns, as Elliot Hulse talks about. I've even been getting into doing bioenergetics and shaking, getting rid of these neurological muscular holding patterns that a lot of us carry. Speaking in tongue, blah, 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 just kind of shaking everything out, releases a lot of stress, and you can carry yourself in a lot better of a manner, more grounded. So that's my rant today, guys. I know it's probably a lot to take in. Till next time, have fun, be fit. Hal Johnson, Joanne McLeod. Peace.